The next speaker, Baroness Bennett of Manor Castle.
My Lords, the noble Lord Lansley referred to the risk of mixing indoors. From the Housing Department, Lord Greenhow today kindly answered a written question from me about ventilation standards in building regulations in the light of COVID-19. It referred to the most recent SAGE paper on aerosol transmission, dated July 22. The science on aerosol transmission has moved on a great deal since that time. Lord Greenhow indicated a new paper is currently being prepared by the SAGE Environmental Modelling Group. I note that German schools, for example, have strict conditions about opening windows regularly, even in the coldest conditions. Is the noble Lord the Minister confident that the current advice and strength of advice on levels of ventilation, particularly to businesses where people are mixing, either retail premises or offices, or indeed gyms as we've been discussing, and to schools, is adequate? Thank you, my Lords.
Well, the noble Baroness is right to raise questions about the way in which the disease is transmitted. We have put a huge amount of effort into studying it. I pay tribute to those epidemiologists who have crafted sophisticated models and who have sought to test those models in practical ways in order to establish for good the really important questions of how one person's conversation and breathing and spoken word may transmit the disease either through the air or through surfaces to another. Understanding that is absolutely essential for us to put in place the right kind of COVID safety measures. But at this stage, it is an imprecise science. For instance, there is some evidence that transmission from hygiene and surfaces can play a very important role, and a role that perhaps we have to invest more thought and more commitment into cleaning measures. So, my Lords, I think that the guidelines that we have for workplace and for school testing reflect the very best provable standards that we have in scientific evidence. We continue to invest in these important epidemiological insights, and I welcome very much the contribution of the scientists of SAGE and all those who continue to try and understand this better.
I call the